What if I told you that self-charging electric vehicle technology isn't just a futuristic concept, but a reality in 2025? Sounds unbelievable, right? The idea of an EV that never needs to be plugged in seems like something out of a sci-fi movie. But this groundbreaking innovation is making even Tesla's superchargers look outdated, leaving behind every major EV brand and eliminating the need for charging stations altogether. At the center of this revolution is an African inventor named Maxwell Chikumbutso, whose work is shaking up the automotive and energy industries in ways few thought possible. And we're not just talking about theoretical models or lab experiments. There are reports of a fully functional mid-size SUV, a high-performance superbike, and even rumors of an aircraft powered by his self-sustaining energy technology. Motorcycles have always symbolized freedom, but that freedom comes at a cost. Fuel, maintenance, and, for electric bikes, expensive and time-consuming charging. In some cases, the charging infrastructure can be even more expensive than the bike itself. While electric motorcycles were supposed to be the solution, they came with their own problems: limited range, long charging times, and reliance on expensive batteries. But what if there was a motorcycle that never needed to be plugged in? A bike that could run endlessly, completely free from charging stations or fuel stops? That's exactly what Chikumbutso's technology promises. This isn't just about convenience, it's about transforming entire economies. Imagine the impact of self-sustaining motorcycles in regions like Africa and Asia, where two-wheelers are essential for daily life. Farmers could transport goods without worrying about fuel costs cutting into their earnings. Delivery services could operate 24/7 without ever stopping for a recharge. This is more than just an engineering breakthrough. It's a revolution in transportation and energy independence. But with such a monumental breakthrough comes resistance. Industries built on energy consumption, oil companies, gas stations, battery manufacturers, thrive on keeping consumers dependent. A technology that removes this dependency threatens multi-billion-dollar industries, and they won't go down without a fight. The history of disruptive technology is filled with examples of corporations trying to suppress innovation to protect their profits. Maxwell Chikumbutso's journey has been anything but easy. A high school dropout from Zimbabwe, he was repeatedly told his ideas were impossible. Scientists dismissed him, corporations ignored him, and at times, his work even put his safety at risk. But he never backed down. He remained committed to his vision of a world powered by clean, unlimited energy, with Africa leading the charge in innovation. His self-sustaining electric car is a perfect example of this vision. It never needs to be plugged in, has unlimited range, and produces zero emissions. But that's just the beginning. He has also developed a high-speed racing motorcycle that never needs charging, a self-powered television that works without electricity, and an off-grid energy device capable of generating continuous power. At the core of these inventions is a technology called microwave atomic energy, or microsonic energy. This system captures and converts radio waves into usable electricity, a concept that has puzzled scientists for years. If it is real and scalable, it could render traditional energy sources obsolete. One of Chikumbutso's most astonishing inventions is his wireless, self-powered television. Unlike traditional TVs that rely on power outlets or batteries, this device generates its own electricity from radio waves. For people living in areas without reliable electricity, this could be a game changer, granting them access to entertainment and education without ever paying for electricity. Then there's the Green Power off-grid machine, which generates electricity without solar panels or a grid connection. This device could provide sustainable energy to rural and urban communities alike, reducing reliance on fossil fuels and lowering electricity costs. But the most disruptive invention of all is the self-sustaining electric car. Unlike conventional EVs that need external charging stations, this car generates its own energy continuously, completely eliminating range anxiety. It reportedly reaches speeds of up to 220 kilometers per hour, 137 miles per hour, competing with the best electric vehicles on the market. And here's the most surprising part. It could be produced for just $144,000 per unit, making it more affordable than most high-end EVs today. This car isn't just a mode of transportation. It's a mobile energy source, capable of powering an entire home during outages, reducing household electricity costs, and avoiding the environmental and ethical issues tied to lithium-ion battery production. Despite the potential of this technology, history has shown that revolutionary breakthroughs often face immense resistance, especially when they come from unconventional sources. If a major tech corporation had developed this, it would be making global headlines, governments would be funding it, and media outlets would be celebrating it as the future of energy. Instead, because it was pioneered by an African inventor, it's met with skepticism or outright silence. The reality is, when an innovation challenges corporate dominance, it's often dismissed as impossible, until it becomes undeniable. The energy system we rely on today is built on scarcity and dependency. We are locked in a cycle of paying for resources that should be accessible to everyone. But what if we could break free? What if energy was abundant, sustainable, and available to all? The implications of Chikumbutso's work extend far beyond transportation. If his technology is real and scalable, it could lead to a future where developing nations no longer rely on expensive imported energy. Households could generate their own power without being tied to the grid. Entire regions could become energy independent, breaking free from industries that profit from keeping people dependent on finite resources. Of course, the entities benefiting from the current system won't give up without a fight. They will use their wealth, influence, and media control to suppress this technology. They will dismiss it as a hoax, bury it in bureaucracy, and try to convince the public that change is impossible. But true innovation comes from those who refuse to accept the status quo. That's why it's essential to support independent inventors, amplify their voices, and challenge the narratives pushed by those with vested interests in maintaining control. The future of energy is at a crossroads. We can either continue down the path of dependency or fight for a world where energy is free and accessible to all. The revolution won't be televised. It will be shared by those who dare to challenge the system and demand something better.